My teacher said false accusations destroy lives when I reported him for what he did to my best friend. 3 years later, he got arrested. I was a sophomore when Riley, the girl who'd been my best friend since elementary school, came back to school after missing 2 months. Everyone said she'd transferred or moved away, but the truth was darker. When she walked into first period that Monday morning, the entire classroom went silent like someone had hit pause on reality. "There's the slutty who got knocked up at 15, someone yelled from the back row, shattering the silence. The whole class erupted in cruel laughter while our teacher, Mrs. Anderson, just stood there at the board pretending she hadn't heard anything. Riley's face turned bright red, but she held her head up and walked to her seat in the back corner. That day at lunch, Riley sat completely alone at a table in the far corner of the cafeteria getting wadded up paper thrown at her from nearby tables. I tried walking over to sit beside her, but my friend group literally grabbed my arm and pulled me back to our table. One of them handed me a crumpled piece of notebook paper. "Don't feel bad for her. She deserves everything she's getting. She baby-trapped that college guy who was tutoring her, and now his whole future is destroyed because of her lies." I wanted to argue, but I stayed quiet like a coward, watching Riley eat alone while trash rained down on her table and nobody did anything to stop it. I watched Riley carefully over the next few weeks and saw how her entire life at school became absolutely unbearable. Teachers who'd once praised her intelligence and kindness now looked at her with barely concealed disgust. During our health class unit on safe sex and pregnancy prevention, Mr. Foster giving the presentation stared directly at Riley the entire time, making pointed comments about girls who make bad choices and ruin multiple lives. The other students were even worse than the adults. Girls who used to copy her homework now whispered horror when she walked past in the hallways. Her entire friend group had exiled her immediately and completely. She had to deactivate all her social media within the first week because of the harassment. But through all of this horrible treatment, I noticed something about Riley that didn't match what everyone was saying. I saw her quietly slip lunch money to a scared-looking freshman who'd forgotten his wallet. She always had extra tampons and pads in her backpack for any girl who needed them. Nobody ever thanked her for any of it. They just took what they needed and went back to pretending she didn't exist or actively tormenting her. Everything in my life changed completely the day I decided to skip last period to deal with my own problems. My stepdad had gotten drunk again the night before, and I'd had to barricade myself in my room while he raged through the house breaking things. I needed a few minutes alone to stop my hands from shaking and catch my breath. I went to the hidden spot behind the old gym building where there were no security cameras installed. I was sitting on the ground trying not to cry when I heard footsteps approaching. Mr. Harrison, my AP literature teacher, appeared around the corner of the building. "Rough day?" he asked, moving closer to where I was sitting. I'd been caught skipping and knew I was in trouble, so I just nodded and asked him, "Please not to tell anyone or report me." "I won't tell anyone," he responded quietly. "I've been noticing you seem stressed lately. I could help you feel better if you'd let me." Before I could even process what he meant, he had me backed against the brick wall. His hand started sliding down my arm slowly, and I completely froze like a deer in headlights. My backpack fell from my shoulder and hit the ground. "Just let me help you relax," he whispered close to my ear. "Get the hell away from her right now." Riley appeared around the corner holding her phone pointed directly at us with the camera clearly recording. Mr. Harrison stumbled backward quickly and immediately tried to play everything off like nothing inappropriate had happened. "I was just checking on a student who seemed upset. You're completely misunderstanding an innocent situation here. This is ridiculous. I recorded everything that just happened. Leave right now or I'm calling the police." The way Riley said those words made him actually listen and back off. He muttered something threatening about reporting both of us for skipping class and disappeared quickly around the building. Riley dragged me straight to Principal Matthews' office. "He had her against a wall," she said, her voice shaking with rage. "I have it on video." Matthews barely looked up. "Mr. Harrison has taught here 12 years without complaint. Are you sure you didn't misinterpret?" "I recorded everything," Riley repeated, holding up her phone. His eyes hardened. "Given your own situation and recent choices, I'd think you'd understand that false accusations destroy lives." Riley's face went white. She walked out without a word. 3 days later, she disappeared from school. When she finally returned, someone pulled me over in algebra class. Check this out. They showed me the grade's private Instagram. AI generated explicit photos with Riley's face on them. Everyone was laughing. I found Riley behind the gym, sobbing. I sat beside her in silence. Finally, she looked at me with tears streaming down her face. "You deserve the truth. That college tutor everyone talks about, he's not the father. He dumped me the second he found out. My blood ran cold." "Then who?" "Mr. Harrison, the same teacher who'd cornered me against that wall." Full story on my channel and linked below.